Special thanks to Patreon supporter Derek Frost Westbrook for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared204 here, bringing you another Minecraft Cold War aircraft tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be going ahead and building the Sukhoi Su-24M. The Sukhoi Su-24M, known as the NATO reporting name Fencer, is a supersonic all-weather attack aircraft developed in the Soviet Union. The aircraft has a variable swept wing, twin engines, and a side-by-side seating arrangement for its crew of 2. It was the first of the USSR's aircraft to carry an integrated digital navigation/attack system. It remains in service with the Russian Air Force, Syrian Air Force, Ukrainian Air Force, Algerian Air Force, and various other air forces to which it was exported. The version we have in front of us is the Su-24M, known more specifically by the NATO reporting name of Fencer D. It was a work on upgrading the Su-24 that was started in 1971 and included the addition of in-flight refueling and expansion of attack capabilities with even more payload options. And that's really about it for the aircraft. It was just designed to be all around better. Obviously, with technology advancements, they went ahead and updated the Su-24s, and this right here is kind of like not the pinnacle Fencer, as there are a lot of more modern upgrades, but this one here was kind of first manufactured in 1981 through 1993, so kind of a very late Cold War aircraft that is still in service here and there, but there also are a lot more modern variants. But overall, really cool aircraft. It will make an awesome addition to any of your worlds as a nice kind of Russian attack aircraft, kind of similar to that of the Su-25, except this one here is kind of more of a precision strike, kind of more bomber type aircraft, while the Su-25 is more of kind of ground attack type role. But overall, cool build, and should be a fun one to add to your collection of Russian aircraft. Really gorgeous aircraft and came out really, really well. And what's also cool is it's a swept wing, so we will have both of the wings extended and swept back for you guys in this tutorial. Now, before we go ahead and jump into it, I do want to go ahead and give a special thanks to Patreon supporter Derek Frost Westbrook for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel where you already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions, where you can go and pledge a small amount to the channel every month, and in doing so, earn a viewer request you're choosing. It really helps support the work I do on my channel. It's really greatly appreciated, so definitely feel free to check that out. Again, link is always in my video descriptions. With that though, let's go ahead and dive in here to take a look at the Su-24M Fencer D. So starting off with, we do have the landed version available, so there'll be both an in-flight and landed version available in this tutorial. The landed version here, we obviously have the landing gear, so very typical for most aircraft. We have the two front wheels here in the front, so the front landing gear, and then the wheels here on the back. So pretty nice landing gear. We have the kind of iconic green rims there for the wheels as well, which is very standard for a lot of the Soviet aircraft and even some of the Russian aircraft still in service. So that's all done up right there. We didn't have it in its color scheme, so this was the most iconic one for the Su-24M, at least from what I was able to find, with these white accents, kind of highlights around the leading edges of the vert, horizontal stabs, and also the wings. So you have the white little kind of outline there, and then just a nice kind of light gray for the majority of the aircraft. But yeah, for the extended wing version, it's really nice. You get to kind of display your payload a lot better. Most of your hard points are going to be on the bottom of the aircraft. We have basically some bombs mounted on the bottom here, a total of 4 bombs in this specific loadout, and then we have, I believe these are guided bombs on the outer pylons. So you don't get a whole lot of armament mounted on the wings, just due to it being a swept wing aircraft. That's just kind of how it is, but it still works pretty well and looks pretty good. We have obviously our fuel tanks here, our drop tanks on the wings as well. So right here you have the cockpit. Again, nothing too crazy about that, and all the detail around it. It's pretty nice. I'm happy with the way that came out. As you progress further back, we have the intakes here for the engines. We also have the aircraft number on the side, which I just went with 10. Pretty simple and straightforward number there. As we progress further back, we have a lot of detailing here on the spine of the aircraft. Again, nothing too crazy. And then the wings, these are the extended wings. So basically kind of more of like a attack role. So if you're having this aircraft coming for an attack run, most likely your wings are going to be like this, so that you have greater maneuverability and you know, are able to deploy your payload a lot easier. And then we also have the swept wing version, as I mentioned before, so the wings swept back like this on both sides, and we will be covering both these in the tutorial, so you'll be able to pick and choose exactly what you want to add on to the build. So that right there is pretty much it for that. And then as we work our way back, we have the tail here. So the vertical stabilizer and the horizontal stabilizers all in the empennage. And on the very back here, we have our two jet engines. And that right there is pretty much it for the overview for the Su-24M. Should be a nice aircraft, and you have a lot of different add-ons you can do to it. So definitely going to be a fun build. And, you know, a couple different ways you can have this build in your world. So without further ado, let's go and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer, layer number 1. Alright guys, so moving into our first layer here, we're going to be going ahead and start with layer 2. Now before we do, I do want to mention a few things regarding this tutorial. The first being that if you're completely new to my aircraft tutorials, the way I like to structure these tutorials, I like to do half on camera, half off. What this means is we're going to build the entire center line of the build, and then we'll be building the right side. Since this aircraft for the most part is completely symmetrical, whatever we do on the right side will be done on the left side unless stated otherwise. So it just kind of helps speed up the tutorial, and since you have the one side already built, there's really no need to cover the other side when you're going to be doing exactly the same thing. In addition to this, we will be structuring the tutorial in the fact that we will be building just the fuselage and disregarding the wings. We'll be leaving the wings to the end of the video, in which we'll cover our two different versions. So you'll have the swept wing and the extended wing version. So you can look down in the video description or the time encoder bar to see those sections, and you can skip to whichever section you want to basically add your wings on. And with that also, we will not be doing our very outer pylon, which has that guided bomb on it, because of the fact that that does get shifted depending on which wing you are doing. So the drop tanks will stay the same regardless of what position the wings are in. However, that one area will move, or that one other pylon on the outer side of the wing will move, so we will not be covering that. In addition, the landing gear will be added on at the end of the video as a modification to the build. So the landing gear will be added on, so just keep that in mind to make sure that you build this build the correct height. If you do want to build this landed, you do want to make sure that layer 2 here sits a total of 3 blocks off the ground. As you can see, I have 3 full blocks of space between the start of this layer here. So just keep that in mind as we progress through this tutorial to make sure you have the correct height, because when you go back to add the landing gear, obviously if you're not the correct height, it's not going to sit properly on the ground. But anyways, once that's all cleared away, we can go ahead and get started with our center line here for the aircraft. So for layer 2 here, we're going to start off with placing down a smooth quartz block and then 1 block back from that. Now depending on what version you're on, if you're on Java, we'll place down 2 pistons like so. If you're not on Java and don't have access to commands, we will instead place down a smooth quartz full block and then a smooth quartz top slab. So again, another smooth quartz block here and top slab as an alternative to the pistons. We're going to go ahead and place down a quartz top slab going toward the front here, and then an iron trapdoor to finish off that front section of the nose there. Going back from these quartz blocks, we're going to do the same thing. So again, 2 pistons here for Java players. If you're not on Java, we'll just place down a quartz full block and a quartz top slab instead. After that, we're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 more quartz top slabs back, followed by a row of 3 of andesite walls. Again, Java players will place down 2 upside down pistons. If you are not on Java, we'll place down a total of 5 andesite walls instead. We'll place down there 2 quartz top slabs. Again, 3 of these andesite walls, and then 2 pistons or 5 andesite walls in total. Then we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 quartz top slabs back. And anytime I mention quartz throughout this build, which will be quite a few times, we will be using smooth quartz instead of the normal quartz. The normal quartz, you get those harsh lines between the blocks. Smooth quartz has a nice smoother transition, so we will be using smooth quartz throughout the build. After that though, we're going to place down 3 iron trapdoors and then 2 quartz top slabs like that on the very back there, and that's going to complete your center line there of the aircraft. Everything we build on the right side now will be transferred over to the left side. So going back up to the nose of our aircraft, we're going to place down 2 quartz top slabs inside of these 2 blocks here. We're going to go and then follow this up with a total of 2 quartz upside down stairs. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 quartz full blocks back. We're going to go then place down 1, 2, 3 andesite walls. And again, Java players will place down 2 pistons like so instead. We'll then take our quartz top slabs. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 quartz top slabs back, and then 3 iron trapdoors back from that. Going back up to the front here, we're going to go and go from this quartz top slab here, so right after this quartz stair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and our 7th one, so right here. We're going to place the iron trapdoor to the side, and the second one back, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 quartz top slabs back, and then 2 iron trap doors. Real quick, actually, we're going to make one quick adjustment. I just forgot about that, but after these iron trap doors, these 4 quartz top slabs are actually going to be quartz upside down stairs. So you're going to place down 4 like that, and then on the middle 2, you're going to place down birchwood signs. So like so, and that will be done there, obviously on both sides once you transfer the air side over. And that right there is pretty much the main body of the fuselage of the aircraft. So moving back to the rear of the aircraft, I want to cover one thing real quick for Java players. And again, this is going to be for Java players only. This will be using the command /give @p minecraft :debug_stick. So you can pause the video here, copy the command if you need to. But by pressing enter, you'll get this glowing stick that you can see right here. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build off this iron trapdoor 1 and 2 blocks. We'll delete this first block, and then we're going to go and then place down a lever on the side of that block. We'll take our debug stick here, left click it till we get selected face, and it should say wall. By right clicking it twice, we can get it to face to ceiling. After this, we'll go ahead and then left click the lever until we get selected facing, and we'll rotate it. And you may need to rotate it a few more times than I did, depending on the orientation of your aircraft, but you'll do this for both sides here. And what this does is kind of creates this little design on the back. Again, this is a nice design for Java. Get that extra little bit of detail in. If you're not on Java, unfortunately, you won't really be able to do anything regarding this on the back here. And again, really, it's just a Java feature. After that's all done, though, we do have our external fuel tanks we're going to build. So for these fuel tanks to get started with, we're going to go ahead and build off of our second iron trapdoor here, 3 blocks out to the side. We're going to place down our quartz full block, like so, and then we want to go and then place down a skeleton skull coming off of that block, like so, here toward the front. We're going to then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 quartz blocks back, and a skeleton skull here on the end. So in total, this should be a row of 14 of quartz full blocks. We'll then place down a iron trapdoor to the sides here of this second quartz block from the front. And using our debug stick here, we can go ahead and actually manually close the trapdoors by left clicking until we get selected open. It should say false. By right clicking it, it will close them flat against the surface. If you do not have the debug stick, you can also use birchwood trapdoors as an alternative. Going back from this, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 white stained glass panes, and same thing over here on this side. After that, we'll go ahead and then place down 2 more iron trapdoors on the end here, and use our debug stick. We'll do the same thing. We'll close those trapdoors so they lay flat against the surface. With that all done, that right there is going to complete what we have there for layer 2 of the build. Taking a look at it from above, this is what you should have for the top-down view with that complete. Anyways though, with that, we'll be going ahead and moving on to our next layer, which will be layer number 1. Moving into our next layer here, we're going ahead and moving on to layer 1. Now layer 1 here is just going to basically be covering our munitions and stuff like that, but we will be adding to the bottom of the aircraft. One thing I also want to mention is, again, we are not going to be doing this outer missile, as that will be changed depending on what version of the wings you have. So we'll have these fuel pods here, which we'll expand upon, and then underneath here on the bottom of the aircraft, we just have some, I guess, they call them dummy bombs now, but basically just unguided bombs that are basically going to be on the bottom here. So let's go ahead and get started. So start for our center line here, we'll be going ahead and going to our third andesite wall here from the front. We're going to place down a polished andesite block, followed by a second block behind it, an andesite wall, and then another andesite block right behind it, followed by a stone button on the side there of that andesite block. We'll also place a skeleton skull coming off the front block, like so, going forward. And then to the sides here, we'll place down a tripwire hook on this block here. And if you're on Java, we'll use our debug stick here to put a tripwire hook here on the side. So place a block of space between this wall and this block, and we'll use our debug stick here by going ahead and left clicking selected facing, and we can go ahead and right click that to connect to the side there. Now the debug stick here is going to be a Java only feature. To get this stick, you'll be using the command /give. So let me turn off my caps lock here. So it'll be /give @p minecraft :debug_stick. And this right here will give you this glowing stick. And you'll do the same thing I just mentioned before on the side there. Again, that's going to be only for Java players. If you're not on Java, unfortunately, I don't really have a good alternative for you. You could use fence gates instead of these tripwire hooks, or you can just place down the one tripwire hook and disregard the one that would be on the wall there. Kind of up to you guys. Again, kind of just depends on what version you're on. Going ahead and going back from this, that's going to finish that bomb. We're going to go and move into our next set of bombs. So our next set is going to be on this third andesite wall. So again, this other pylon here in the center. Place down a polished andesite block down, 1 block back, andesite wall, block back, and a button on the back there, as well as a skeleton skull coming off the front here of this block. We're going to place down a tripwire hook coming off this block here, and again, just like we did before, we want to go ahead and have a space of 1 between this andesite wall and a block, and for us Java players, we'll use our debug stick here to connect up that tripwire hook there to that wall like that. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and place down another polished andesite block that will be coming off this andesite wall here to the side. We're going to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull coming off that block, followed by a second block back, a andesite wall, and then another polished andesite block with a stone button on the back here. In the very center, we're going to go ahead and go between this polished andesite block here and this andesite wall. We're going to place down 2 birchwood fence gates, and we're going to go ahead and open the fence gates toward each other like so, and that will basically sit like that on both sides there. On the very outside of the bottom, we're just going to go ahead and again do the same thing, a tripwire hook, and again we'll do our same technique here with our tripwire hook and rotate around like so to connect up to that andesite wall like that, and that right there is going to complete the dummy bombs there for the build. Now at this point, we will be going ahead and moving to our outer kind of external fuel tanks, and for this we're going to go ahead and place down a iron trapdoor on the bottom of this second block from the front. We then want to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 smooth quartz blocks back, and we're going to go ahead and place down 2 iron trapdoors after that. Now once we get to this point here, we'll go ahead and grab some blocks here. I'm going to build 1 and 2 blocks going off of these 2 iron trapdoors, and the same thing will be done over here. So 1, 2, and just like that. So we're going to delete the middle block, or the first block there, and we just have these rows like that to the side there. Now on the side of these blocks, we're just going to place down skeleton skulls, like so, and then we can delete the blocks, and that kind of helps create the little stabilizers there for the fuel tank. And that right there is going to basically conclude what we have here for this layer. So again, taking a look at it from above, this we should have with layer 1 all complete. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, which will be layer number 3. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer 3. For layer 3 to get started with here, we're going to go and go to the front of the aircraft here. We're going to go and place down a smooth quartz block on top of this iron trapdoor. We're going to go then go 1 block forward, followed by a quartz top slab, and then 2 end rods like that to go ahead and make the nose there. Going back from this first quartz block we placed, so the one right on top of the iron trapdoor, we're going to go and go back an additional 1, 2, 3, 4 more quartz full blocks. So in total, you should have a row of 6 of quartz blocks behind that quartz top slab. We're going to go then take our stone blocks, and we're going to place down a long row of stone blocks going all the way back like so. So a total of 33. We're going to go then place down 2 polished black stone blocks, and then a stone upside down stair like that on the back there. Once we have that done, going back up to the front, we're going to go ahead and place down a white stained glass pane coming off the side of this quartz block here, then 2 diorite walls, and then 1, 2 smooth quartz blocks, followed by a white shulker box, a light gray shulker box, and then 2 stone brick blocks, like so, going back. We also want to go ahead and grab ourselves a item frame, a white bed, and also a birchwood sign. On the side of the quartz, or sorry, not quartz, but the white shulker box, we're going to place down an item frame. And actually, instead of the white bed, we will be using yellow. So go ahead and grab yellow actually instead. We're going to place down a yellow bed, rotate on its side, and place a birchwood sign on the side of that shulker box if you are on Java. Just note, if you're not on Java, you will not be able to place down an item frame and birchwood sign in the same block space. If that's the case, just go ahead and place down the item frame and disregard the birchwood sign. Not that big of a deal. Continuing on though, we're going to then take our stone blocks. We're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 of these stone blocks back. Right here, you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do. For the aircraft, we will have the engines on for the in-flight version, but you can also keep the engines off. So if you want the engines on, after this stone block, you'll place down a shroom light and then an orange stained glass block. If you want the engines turned off, you can very simply just go ahead and grab yourselves a block of coal or just a black concrete block or something and just kind of close off the engines there, kind of make them darker and make them look turned off. So it's perfect for a landed version, or if you want to go ahead and have it in flight, you can choose between the two. And what I would do is if you have the engine turned off, I'd place down 3 polished blackstone slabs, and then if you have the engines on, after the orange stained glass, we'll place down 2. So kind of up to you guys again on what you want to do. For this, we'll just keep the engines on to keep it the same on both sides, but just wanted to offer that little alternative you guys can do to help kind of spice up your builds a little bit. Anyways, so that is it for that. We'll go back up to the front here and continue to work our way out to the sides. So go into our third stone block back from this stone brick. So we have 1, 2, 3. We're going to place down an iron trap door. We can use our debug stick here by left clicking until we get selected open false. And by right clicking it, we can go ahead and set open to true. It'll sit flat against the side there. Now just note, if you do not have a debug stick, you can very simply just use a birchwood trapdoor instead. We'll then place down 1 and 2 light gray stained glass panes, as well as a black concrete block. Now to the side of the black concrete and the glass pane here, we're going to go and place down 2 iron trapdoors. Again, we'll use the same technique, using our debug stick to close them like so. Again, you can use birchwood trapdoors instead. In addition, for our glass pane right here, we can actually change the direction we have this pane extend, so it extends toward the iron trapdoor. To do this, we'll find our direction. So our aircraft here is going to be facing south. So we'll go ahead and left click the glass pane until we get selected south, and it should say false. By right clicking it, it will extend it forward, and it will meet up with this iron trapdoor almost. Just note, your glass pane may need to extend a different direction depending on the orientation of your aircraft and your world and all that stuff, so just keep that in mind. You may have to play with that a little bit, but very simply by going ahead and do it F3, you can see kind of in that second paragraph down there, 4th line facing south, it does tell you the direction you're facing, so you can use that to kind of help figure that out. Then after that, we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23 stone blocks. Followed by 2 smooth quartz blocks, a diorite wall, and a white stained glass pane, like that, to go ahead and round off the back there. After that's all done, that's pretty much it for the actual fuselage of the aircraft, and we'll be going ahead and moving into our external tanks that we have on the side of the aircraft here. Now, pretty simple for these. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor on top of this block here. We're going to then go back from that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quartz slabs, and then we're going to take our andesite walls, 1, 2, 3, 4 andesite walls back, and then a light gray stained glass pane. We're going to place down 4 birchwood signs on the sides here of those walls, and that will be done on both sides here. So like so. And we then want to go ahead and place down 2 iron trapdoors like this going back. Now, we're going to use the same technique we used for layer number 1 here, and that is going to be placing down a block that comes off the iron trapdoor. We're going to go 2 blocks out to the side, delete the first block, and we're going to have something that looks like this. We'll place our skeleton skulls come off the side there of those blocks, and then we'll go ahead and delete them. So again, we have basically something that looks like that there for our drop tank. And after we have that all done, we can now go ahead and go to the bottom of the aircraft for us Java players, and we'll go ahead and go to these pistons. We'll left click the piston until we get selected extended false, and we'll just go ahead and right click each one of these pistons, even the ones here on the pylons, to go ahead and get rid of that wood portion. Helps a lot more with the shaping and accuracy of the aircraft, and is something I definitely highly recommend doing, as you'll kind of get a better look and more proper look for the aircraft, especially in terms of its shaping and all that stuff. But anyways, that right there is going to do it for layer 3. One thing also regarding these pistons too is when you do modify them using this technique, if you update a block, you break a block, you place a block anywhere around them that would touch the side of the pistons, it will activate them and turn it back to their normal state. So just keep that in mind so that you don't have any issues going forward. Try not to mess with those pistons too much. Anyways, that right there is going to complete layer 3, and with that, let's move on to layer number 4. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to start off with placing down an iron trapdoor on top of this quartz slab here. We're going to go ahead and place down a quartz slab. We'll place down a piston, like so. If you do not have access to a debug stick instead of the piston, I would recommend maybe a quartz stair instead will work better. Then after that, we're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4 quartz full blocks. After that, we're going to go and take our stone blocks, place down a long row going all the way to the back of the aircraft, a total of 33 blocks. And then we're going to place down 2 polished black stone full blocks, and then a stone stair like this on top of that upside down stair on the back there. Once that's done, going back up to the front, we're going to place down a skeleton skull, come off the side of the piston, followed by a second skeleton skull back, go on the side of that quartz block. We'll then place down a smooth quartz stair, a smooth quartz full block, a white shulker box, and a gray shulker box on its side. We're going to go ahead and also place a tripwire hook coming off the gray shulker box, and we're going to go then place down an end rod coming off this tripwire hook going forward. We then want to place down 1, 2 stone blocks back, followed by 2 light gray shulker boxes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27 stone blocks back, a shroom light, orange stained glass, 1 and 2 polished black stone top sides back, and then a light gray stained glass paint on the side of this slab here, andesite wall going forward. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 stone blocks forward, black concrete. 1 and 2, light gray stained glass panes. And again, we can extend this one glass pane forward like we did for the previous if you have access to that on Java. And then a iron trapdoor here, and again, we'll close that and fix our pane there if it does revert back like so. Also on the side here, these 2 stone blocks, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves item frames. So 1, 2, we're going to place down yellow beds in the item frames, rotate them on their side, and we'll place down birchwood signs on the side of those blocks as well, if you're on Java. Now at this point in time, also on the back, I would like to mention that if you do, again, have the engines turned off, you can go ahead and repeat the same design we did basically on the bottom there, just up on top here. So you have black concrete where that true light block is, and then an air polished blackstone top slab instead of that orange stained glass. So again, if you have the engine turned off, that's how you would structure the back there. Anyways though, once that's done, we're going to go and start kind of working our way out to the sides here, kind of getting into our wings. Now, for our wings here, we're going to be going ahead and start off by going to this second stone block. We're going to place down 2 quartz top slabs. Now, being on Java, we'll go ahead and use our pistons here to build a row of pistons that are going to be coming off the bottom here. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pistons. And again, instead of pistons, you can use some stone upside down stairs or something of that sort instead, right along the side there. After that, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone top slab, and we're going to go ahead and place down a stone brick top slab. Now we're going to go ahead and take our smooth quartz, and we're going to place down a row of 3. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4 stone, and then a stone brick slab on the end there. We'll place down our smooth quartz slab, then 1, 2 stone blocks, or stone slabs, and then a stone brick slab like that. Once we have that done, we're going to take our direct walls. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, going forward along the side here, and then a skeleton skull on top of this forward wall, just like that, on both sides. And once you have that done, that's going to basically kind of do it for our wing roots. Again, as I mentioned, we will be modifying the wings for whatever version we are working on a little bit later, but this is going to be the design we're going to be rocking with for the time being. After that, we're going to go ahead and then go back to the tail here of the aircraft. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to place down a stone top slab coming off this andesite wall here, and then we're going to go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stone top slabs, and then 1 and 2 quartz top slabs. We're going to place down 1 quartz top slab to the side here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stone top slabs back. We'll then place down 2 quartz top slabs this time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stone top slabs. Then 1 quartz top slab, 1, 2, 3, 4 stone top slabs back. And then we want to go ahead and place down again 2 quartz top slabs, then 1, 2, 3 stone top slabs, 1 quartz top slab, 2 stone top slabs, and then 1 quartz top slab to the side here, like so. We'll also go ahead and grab ourselves some chains, and we're just going to place down 2 chains coming off these 2 stone top slabs. And after we have that all done, that's going to basically kind of get a good start there for our horizontal stabilizers, and this here is what we should have for the top-down view. As you can see, you're starting to get a little bit of an aircraft coming together. Still some ways to go for it. Again, up here in the front, we do want to go ahead and change this piston by right-clicking it like so. So we'll get rid of that wood portion there for Java players. And also on the side of the aircraft right here, I do have the aircraft number. Now you can place down trapdoors here if you really want to. It's kind of optional, so you can place down 2 iron trapdoors there, or the birchwood trapdoors, whatever you use down here, doing the same technique. Or you can place a 2-digit number for the aircraft. So for me, I just did 10, pretty simple, straightforward number, and it just goes on the side there, like so, and works pretty well for the aircraft and looks good. But again, you can just place the iron trapdoors if you would rather do that. Anyways, though, that is going to conclude what we have there for layer 4, and with that, we'll move on to layer number 5. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 5. For layer 5 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down an iron trapdoor, which will be on top of this second quartz block, followed by a daylight detector, which will turn to the night mode, like so, and then another smooth quartz slab after that. We're going to go ahead and place down 3 black stained glass full blocks, then a row of 4 of stone blocks. Then we'll take our pistons here. We'll be placing down 1, 2 pistons, and a good alternative for the pistons would probably be stone slabs. Pistons here are definitely going to be the best to use, and unfortunately there really is just kind of no good alternative to the pistons here in this situation, but you can use stone slabs if you want to as an alternative, but just note that these pistons here are going to be the best thing to really use and the most accurate. Anyways, we'll have our 2 pistons here. We'll have a polished black stone wall, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 more pistons going back. Again, these will all look like this for right now. We'll then place down the andesite wall, then 2 stone blocks, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pistons. And then we'll place down a smooth quartz full block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 stone blocks back, followed by 2 andesite walls going back like so. After that's done, we'll go back up to the front and we'll start working our way out to the side here. We're going to place down a black stained glass pane here to the side of this black stained glass full block, a narrow brick stair back, and then a black stained glass block. We'll also place a stone button on the side of this black stained glass block here. Also, using our debug stick here, we can go ahead and extend the glass pane here toward the narrow brick stair, which kind of creates a better looking design there for the front cockpit. After that, we're going to go then take our stone blocks. We're going to place down 1 and 2 stone blocks back, a stone stair here, and then a stair coming off it. So you have a corner stair and then a normal stair. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26 stone blocks back. Going ahead and double checking my count. We have 25 stone slabs in total. We're going to go then place down 1 and 2 daylight detectors, turn those to night mode, and then we're going to place down 2 iron trap doors, and then a birchwood sign on the side here, this iron trap door. Also, coming off this andesite wall here, we're going to place down a skeleton skull, like so, for the very back there. Once we have that done, again, going up to the front here, we're going to take our iron trap doors, we're going to place them down on top of this glass pane right here, and we're just going to go ahead and go back 1, 2, 3, and 4 iron trap doors back from that. We then want to take our daylight detectors, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're going to go ahead and turn these all to the night mode, so there's kind of like bluish gray color. We're going to go then place down 2 iron trap doors. After that, we'll take our skeleton skulls, we'll place down 1, 2, and we're going to go then take our levers, we're going to place down a lever here, and then our iron trapdoors, we'll go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then coming off this, we're going to go ahead and go to our third iron trapdoor here from the front, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, going down the center there like so. After that, we then want to go ahead and take our iron trapdoors here, and we're first off our white carpet, and we want to place down 2 white carpet, like so. And then from that, we're going to place down an iron trapdoor. And then we're going to place down a row here of 1, 2, 3, 4 of these daylight detectors, like so. Turn those all to night mode, and then we just want to place down 1, 2, and 3 iron trapdoors back for the time being. So one quick change we're going to make here is we're actually going to take this 1 iron trapdoor, we're going to go and remove that, so you should only have 2 after that row of daylight detectors. After that though, we're going to go and then place down our row of white carpet, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go and take our iron trapdoors, 1, 2, 3, 4 back. And on this outer row here, we're just going to place down 2 white carpet, and then 1 iron trapdoor, like so. Now, once that's all finished there, we're pretty much going to leave that as is for right now. We'll be coming back to that a little bit later and obviously adjusting it for basically the aircraft and, you know, making everything fit good when we put our different wings on. At this time though, we can go to these pistons down here using our debug stick. We can right click each one of them, get rid of that wood portion, and also going down the spine of our aircraft, we can do the same thing here again with using our debug stick here on these pistons. Anyways though, that right there is going to basically complete what we have here from this layer, so we should have the top down view. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving on up to our next layer, which will be layer number 6. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we'll be moving into layer 6. Not sure how apparent will be in the background, but it did start storming in my place, so there's a little bit of thunderstorms and heavy rain, so if you do hear anything in the background, just know that's pretty much what's going on. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. So one thing I do want to mention from the previous layer that I did forget to do is place down an iron trapdoor on top of this white shulker box. So just go ahead and throw that on there, no big deal, just a little addition. Anyways, though, after that, though, we want to place down a stone button on top of this black stained glass block, then a dark oak trapdoor. We're going to go then place down a daylight detector, turn it to night mode, a stone slab, daylight detector turn to night mode, and then another iron trapdoor like so. We also want to go and go to the sides here. We're going to place down a stone button on top of this block here, and then an iron trapdoor back from it like so. Going to the back on the kind of spine here, we're going to place down 3 iron trapdoors on top of the stone blocks and the andesite wall like that. After that, we're going to go ahead and place down a quartz slab on top of the stone block here, followed by a second quartz full block. And then we're going to go ahead and place down a row of stone blocks, this row being a total of 10. We're going to place down a smooth quartz full block on the end here, skeleton skull like so. And going out to the sides of this, we're going to go ahead and go to the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5th stone block. We're going to place down 2 iron trapdoors. Use your debug stick there to close them. You can use birchwood trapdoors as an alternative. And then we'll place down 1, 2, 3, 4 light gray stainless panes, an iron trapdoor, and then again use our debug stick to close an iron trapdoor on the side of the quartz block there. And that right there will pretty much conclude what we have there for layer 6. Again, taking a look at it from up above, that's what we should have for the top-down view. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, which will be layer number, or actually just our final layers. So let's go ahead and move on to those. So moving into our final layers, we'll be moving on to layers 7 and 12. One quick thing we're going to go ahead and throw on here on the front to begin with is we're going to go to this first corner stair right here. We're going to place down a light gray stainless pane and then an iron trapdoor on top of that, and that's going to be on the right side, and the right side only of the aircraft, so like so. Then we're going to go ahead and go back to our tail of our aircraft, and that's going to basically be what we're going to work on for the rest of the build here. So this is going to begin with by placing down a quartz slab on top of the stone block. We're going to place down a skeleton skull coming off the quartz slab going forward, and then a birchwood sign on both sides of that slab. Behind that slab, we're going to place down a quartz full block, then a row of 5 of the coal ore blocks, then 3 stone blocks, and then a skeleton skull here on the back. We'll go to the top of the first coal ore block. We're going to place down a quartz slab, quartz full block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stone blocks, and then a narrow light gray stainless pane. We'll then place down a narrow quartz slab on top of this stone block here, quartz full block, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stone blocks back, and a chain coming off the last block here. We'll go up again on top of this stone block, quartz slab, quartz full block, 1, 2, 3 stone blocks back, light gray stainless pane, and then a chain coming off like so. We'll place an air quartz slab on top of the stone block, then 1, 2, 3 quartz full blocks back, and then on these last 2 blocks here, we're just going to place down 2 iron trapdoors on top of those. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor coming off the side here of this quartz block, like that. And also, again, if you use some numbers for the side of the intakes there, you can also put the aircraft tail number on the back here using 2 numbers. Again, I'm not going to go ahead and go into the specifics on how to make all these numbers. There are plenty of tutorials out there that do cover how to make numbered banners if you are unsure how to do them. But basically, you just want your light gray banners with white numbering to basically make that tail number there. After that, however, we do have some polished black stone buttons, and we're going to be placing these on the side of the coal ore blocks. So we're going to place down 1, 2, and then 1 like down the side there. And this right here is just going to basically represent the tail number, just some writing on the side of the aircraft. And the last thing for us to do here is to place down a birchwood sign on the side of the stone block to both sides like that on the tail. Now we do also have this Soviet, or not really Soviet, but just this red star, which is on Russian aircraft, which we will be incorporating using a banner, and we'll be putting that on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and grab the materials, and I'll show you guys how to make those, make that red star banner real quick. And that'll pretty much wrap up our main fuselage for the build. Alright guys, so to make that red star banner, it's pretty straightforward. We're going to go ahead and go into a loom. We're going to need a red banner, 2 red dye, 4 light gray dye, and a banner pattern. This right here is going to be the flower charge. By going into our loom, we're going to place down our red banner and our light gray dye. We're going to go ahead and do a horizontal line for the center. We'll grab that banner. We'll place this banner back into our loom. We'll swap out our dye for some red dye, and we're going to go ahead and place down the banner pattern flower charge. This right here will create a design that looks like this. Grab that banner, we'll put it back into our loom, and we'll take out our red dye and our banner pattern. We'll place our light gray dye back in. We're going to do the line horizontally across the top like so. Grab that banner, put it back into our loom. We'll place down our red dye. And our red dye here, we're going to go and do a diamond. So it's going to look like this. Grab that banner again, place it into our loom, along with our light gray dye. We're going to go do the triangle here from the bottom for light gray dye like so. And to finish this off, we're just going to go ahead and do the lower third horizontal line across the bottom there. And that is going to very simply create our red star banner. This here will go on the side of this stone block on both sides there for that tail marking like so. Anyways, with that all complete, that's going to wrap up layers 7 through 12, and that's going to complete our main design here for the aircraft and its aircraft fuselage. At this point in time, we will be moving to the different sections of the tutorial, which will be covering the extended and swept wings. So feel free to go ahead and check a look at the video description or the time encoder bar, and skip ahead to whatever section you want to build specifically for this model. And all that. We'll be first starting off with the swept wings. So that's going to be our first thing we're going to tackle. So again, feel free to skip ahead to whatever you need to go to. With that though, let's go ahead and move into the swept wings for the aircraft. Alright guys, so moving into our first section here, we're going to be going ahead and doing the swept wings. So this right here is going to be perfect for the aircraft in flight. I would not recommend these wings for the landed version. You can put it on the landed version, just I would say that it's more realistic to have the extended wings on that aircraft. I mean, if you have a couple of these aircraft in a tight space, you may want to do the swept wing for storage capability, but again, that's something you'll have to decide, but I would recommend probably doing the extended wing for the landed version. Anyways though, let's go ahead and dive into this and get started here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and extend this iron trapdoor back right here, and also these two here. Now we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some stone slabs, and we're going to go ahead and go off the stone brick slabs here. We're going to go ahead and go back from this one a total of 4 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4 stone full blocks. We're going to place down 2 more iron trapdoors, and then we'll go ahead and grab ourselves some light gray carpet, and we're going to place down 2 light gray carpets. Now after that's done, we want to go ahead and then take our stone slabs here, and we're going to go and do another row. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 this time. We're going to go and take our iron trapdoors, we're going to place down 1 more here, and then 4 more light gray carpet going back. Our next section, we're going to take our stone slabs, and this row here is going to be quite a bit longer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 stone slabs back like that. We're going to take our light gray carpet and just go back this entire row. Just like so. Then from this, we're going to go ahead and then place down a stone top slab like this coming off that one at an angle. Then we're going to go and do 2. Then we're going to go and do 1. Then 1 more time I'm doing 2. And then 1 like this out to the side here. Now coming off this, we're going to go ahead and grab our quartz. We're going to place down a quartz top slab like this. And then we're going to go 1 forward. We then want to do a row of 3. And after that row of 3, we're going to go and then do a row of 2. So 1, 2. And then this section here, we do have our pylon that comes into play. So for this, we're going to go ahead and go off this with a row of 3. Going forward, we're going to place down a quartz full block. That's going to go here. And then behind that, we're going to place down 1 and 2 direct walls going back like so. Now, we're going to leave that as is for right now. We're going to come back to that in a second. So going forward from those quartz slabs here, we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 3 again. And then we're going to place down 1 quartz top slab that connects up there. We'll then take our white carpet. We're going to place down white carpet on these 2 walls here and this slab, then white carpet on basically all of these quartz slabs. So going around, and we can fill in the inside here of the wing now in with stone top slabs. So we'll just go ahead and kind of fill this in completely, and this is going to fill in our wing. We'll take our light gray carpet, and we're just going to go ahead and basically cover up all of these blocks here. Now this pylon right here, we do want to cover up the quartz full block and the walls. So this will get covered up, and you'll get something that looks like this here. Now we also want to go ahead and grab ourselves red carpet, and we will be placing down a red carpet that will be right here. So it's going to be like that on the edge there of the wing. Now once you have that done, you basically have your wing set up. That's how it should look. This is what it should look like from the top-down view. We'll be going ahead and now adding in our other little missile here, which is kind of a more guided sort of missile. Now to build this pretty straightforward stuff here, we're going to go ahead and first grab our andesite walls, and we're going to place down a total of 1, 2, and 3 coming down from those blocks there. We then want to place down 1 more wall going forward, and then after that wall we're going to place down a stone slab. Going toward the back, we're going to place down 1 light gray stainless pane. Now we then want to go ahead and grab our quartz blocks. We're going to go ahead and place down a quartz block going down from this wall, then a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So you're going to have 5 quartz full blocks underneath there. Going forward, we're going to place down a diorite wall and then a skeleton skull. We'll also take some birchwood signs and we'll place them down on both sides here of this diorite wall. We also want to go and grab ourselves some tripwire hooks, which we can get from our bombs here, and we're going to place down a tripwire hook on both sides like so. We'll also go ahead and grab polished blackstone buttons. We're going to place down polished blackstone buttons around the block right here, so the second block. We're going to skip this block entirely, and then again we'll place our polished blackstone buttons around this block here. We're going to place down another diorite wall going back. This here is going to have a birchwood sign. on the sides of it like so. And on the back here, we also want to go ahead and place down an item frame. In that item frame, we're going to place down a black concrete block. So like so, and we'll place down a birchwood sign on the side of that wall like so. Again, if you're on Java, you can do that. Then after we have that all done, we'll go ahead and very simply just grab ourselves some birchwood trapdoors. We're going to place down a birchwood trapdoor. Actually, rather, we can use iron trapdoors. So we'll place the iron trapdoor here, 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 and here. So kind of going up and down from those signs there on the sides there. And that right there is going to make that missile. And your hard point right there is complete like so. We'll also take some birchwood signs and we're just going to run them along the sides here of these andesite walls. So very similar to what we did for our pylon that connected our drop tanks to the aircraft. But yeah, that right there is basically it for that pylon and for that swept wing design there. We'll be now moving on to our extended wing, which we'll be doing on the left side here. But yeah, so again, you can have this wing like this, and you'll be transferring that same design over to the air side. And again, here's an overview of what it should look like from the top-down view. Definitely a cool design. I definitely think it looks really good on the aircraft and fits really well. But with that, we'll be going ahead and now moving on to the other option, which is the extended wing. And going ahead and moving into our extended wing, we'll be going ahead and building this on the left side. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to be going ahead and go into this section here. We're going to go ahead and go off this third direct wall, and we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 quartz top slabs over. We then want to go ahead and go back 1 slab like so. We're going to go ahead and then place down a direct wall like so, and a second direct wall back from that. A quartz slab forward, and then we're going to place down a daylight detector forward like so. We're going to leave that on the day mode. We're going to go then place down 2 more quartz top slabs over. After that, we're going to then go back 1 again, and this time we're going to place down a row of 4 again of quartz top slabs. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, like that, going out to the side there to extend our wing out. And let me just go and double check, make sure everything is good and correct. We have 4, 4, and 3, so everything is good to go. Now, once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and take our stone slabs. So we'll go ahead and grab some from right here. And we're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 stone top slabs going over. We do want to go ahead and grab ourselves some polished black stone slabs. And we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, and actually we're going to go ahead and go 1 less stone top slab, so you should have 3 here. So we should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stone top slabs, then 3 of these polished black stone, and we then want to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 polished black stone right there. We will delete these iron trapdoors that are going to be around the stone brick top slabs, or the stone brick blocks, yeah, stone brick top slabs like so, as we do want those showing. Now we'll then take our stone top slabs here, and we're just going to go ahead and fill in the remainder of the wing. So this is just going to get filled in completely. After this, we're going to go ahead and grab our light gray carpet. We're going to place them around, or basically in this section here. And we're going to go ahead and follow the outside all the way to the wing, or the edge of the wing. Place it on top of this 1 direct wall, and continue to go all the way out to the side here. We'll also go ahead and grab our red carpet, so that we used before, and we're going to place down red carpet on this section here. And then also our white carpet, we're going to go ahead and run this all the way along the leading edge there for the wing, like so. And that right there is going to basically form up your wing, and that's the extended version. So it will extend just like that. And again, this is going to be perfect for landing or takeoff, or basically I would imagine probably just parked on the tarmac. This is kind of the wing design you'll probably see for this aircraft. Also, in addition, we will take this iron trapdoor here, and we will replace this one carpet here with an iron trapdoor, and also this white carpet there will be replaced with an iron trapdoor as well. Now for the missile here, we're going to be going ahead and grabbing ourselves some andesite walls, and we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4 walls like that going forward. And we then also want to go ahead and extend it, or actually, yeah, just 4 walls in total. We're going to go ahead and then take a stone slab, and we will place down a stone slab coming off this wall here forward. And then going on the side here of these 4 walls, we will place down birchwood signs all the way along the side here. Same thing over here. So just like that. And then after we have that done, we will place down our light gray stainless pane on the back here. We're going to go then take our quartz full blocks. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 full blocks. A diorite wall going in both directions. On the back here, we're going to place down an item frame here. And then in the item frame, we're going to place down black concrete. Like so. And then follow that up with a birchwood sign on the side of the block as well. And also birchwood signs on the side here of this wall. We'll also place down an iron trapdoor coming on the top of this sign here to the side. And also on the bottom. Same thing over here. Like so. And then on the sides here, we're going to place down polished black stone buttons around this block here. Around this one. And then a tripwire hook on both sides of this forward block. We'll also place a birchwood sign again on both sides of this wall there. And then lastly, going forward, a skeleton skull on the tip there. And that right there will basically complete what you have there for your different wing formats. Again, you have the extended wing and you have the swept wing. So you'll be able to kind of choose between the two, whichever one you think is going to work best for you and your build and kind of what you're going for. But yeah, that right there is going to cover the extended wing. And with that, we'll be going ahead and now moving into our landing gear. And I'll show you guys how to put that on to your aircraft. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our landing gear, we're going to be going ahead and starting with our forward gear. To begin with, we're going to be going ahead and go into this section here of the aircraft. We're going to go ahead and break these 2 pistons or whatever blocks you have in this section here. So we're going to delete these 2 blocks like that. Now, after we have that done, we do want to go ahead and then place down 2 quartz blocks. They're going to be up forward or up inside here. So it's just going to replace those blocks like so. We're going to place down a lever like so. Then 1 and 2 stone brick walls down. A quartz stair coming off this wall going forward. And then a birchwood fence gate that drops down like so. Or sorry, a birchwood fence post, and then a fence gate here coming off this stone brick wall like so. We'll then want to take a polished andesite top slab. So let me go ahead and grab that real quick. And this is going to go on the bottom here, like so. We then want to place down a block of coal to both sides. And then on this block of coal, I have this green banner design. It's really simple. It's a green banner, a black horizontal line for the center, and a black border around it. This here will just be placed down on both sides of those blocks of coal, like so. And then we'll take our iron trapdoors, and kind of for like a fender design, we're going to place down iron trapdoors here. On this side here as well, and we can use our debug stick here to close these trapdoors. So, like that. On both sides there, and again, you can use birchwood trapdoors as an alternative. And lastly, we're just going to take skeleton skulls, place them on both sides of the stair, and then on the bottom of the stair, we do want to place down a lever, and we're going to have this flicked toward the birchwood fence post. And that right there is going to complete your forward landing gear. You'll basically put that on, and at this point, we'll be going ahead and now moving on to our rear landing gear. And now moving on to our final part of the tutorial, this will be the rear landing gear. For this, we're going to be going ahead and dropping back to this section here. Now, we're going to go ahead and go to this little like fins we have on the side here of the aircraft. We're going to go ahead and skip 1 quartz slab, and then we're going to go our second one back, and we want to go ahead and start breaking this area out. We're going to break 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those quartz slabs, and then this 6th quartz slab we're going to replace with a quartz upside down stair like so. Now, coming off that upside down stair, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair like so, a stone brick wall that comes down from it, and then another stone brick wall that comes down like so. We're going to go ahead and then come down from this stone brick wall, go back, and then out to the side with a stone brick stair. So it's going to look something kind of like this. Then we're going to drop down from the stone brick stair, and we're going to do a stone brick top slab. After that, we want to go ahead and then place down a polished black stone stair, upside down stair here, a stair on top of that, and then 2 stairs come off the back there. We're going to place down a end rod on top of the stone brick top slab here, and we then want to place down a skeleton skull, which will be basically placed like so. So just like that, going up there for supports there for the landing gear. And then we want to go ahead and then take our stone stairs, and we're just going to place down a row of 5 going across this cutout. And in the inside here, we want to go and take some iron trapdoors, and we're just going to place down 1, 2, 3 iron trapdoors in this space right there, just kind of make that look a little more white and filled in. And then at this point in time, we do have some banners that we'll be using here to kind of sprucing up the wheels. These are kind of optional. You don't really need to have them, but they are a really nice design to use to kind of help keep the aircraft looking a little more detailed. And that's very simply making these banners here. And these banners are super simple to make. I'm not going to show you guys in a loom because they're so easy, but they're basically black banners. You're going to do a horizontal green line on the right side or left side, depending on what, or basically for both. And then you want to go and do a black horizontal line across the bottom and the top, and you should get this little gap of green showing. When we go ahead and combine these banners next to each other on the wheels there, it creates kind of a bit of a rim and the sidewall for the tires. Just kind of helps beef up the wheels and just makes them look a little bit nicer, I think. So we'll do that there, and you can also place them on the inside here. This banner right here, like that, so the green's facing toward the center there of the wheel. Unfortunately, you can't place it here just due to the end rod, but you kind of get the idea. And you'll take the same banner design, or the same landing gear design, and flip it over to the air side, and you'll have your landing gear complete for the build. Anyways, though, that right there is going to complete my tutorial there for the Su-24 Fencer. Hope you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this build, I do ask you guys give me proper credit for it. It's anything from some of the build link to my channel or this video if this does appear on social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to use it for a project you guys are working on. Again, a big special thanks to Patreon supporter Derek Frost Westbrook for making this tutorial possible, and as always, feel free to check my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions. With that, though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.